to this press conference in the ongoing series of completion of 4 years of NDA government. NITI Aayog, or the National Institution for Transforming India, has been one of the pioneering initiatives of the government. It has emerged as the premier think tank, fostering the spirit of cooperative federalism. Among its key initiatives, NITI Aayog is working on the new development agenda for New India and doubling the farmers' income. To brief you more on the achievements and initiatives of NITI Aayog over the last 3 years, we have with us today the Vice Chairman of NITI Aayog, Dr. Rajiv Kumar. I extend a warm welcome to you, sir. My warm welcome to members NITI Aayog, Dr. V.K. Saraswat, Sri Ramesh Chand, Dr. V.K. Paul, and CEO NITI Aayog, Sri Amitab Kant. Friends, first the CEO NITI Aayog will make a PowerPoint presentation on the achievements of NITI Aayog since its inception in January 2015. Then the Vice Chairman, Dr. Rajiv Kumar, will give his introductory remarks about the state of the economy and the contribution of NITI Aayog in shaping up the pro-people, pro-poor, and pro-farmer policies of the government. The floor will be open for questions after that. Now, may I make a...
Honorable Vice Chairman of NITI Aayog, Dr. Rajiv Kumar, our very distinguished members of NITI Aayog, our agricultural expert, Dr. Ramesh Chand, our science and technology expert, Dr. Saraswat, and our health expert, Dr. Paul, who's driving the health mission and the National Health Protection Scheme. All our friends, ladies and gentlemen, this is a brief presentation on what NITI Aayog has been able to achieve since its formation. The NITI Aayog's mandate, ladies and gentlemen, was to design strategic policies and programs to foster a spirit of competitive and cooperative federalism, to provide knowledge and innovation support, and to evaluate and monitor. During the last 3.5 years, we've done several things. We've worked on this employment task force. We worked on shared, connected, and electric mobility, which later we'll come to. And we worked on Digital India. We worked on the Northeast Industrial Development Scheme, which has been approved. The Vice Chairman chairs the Northeast Forum along with the Minister for Northeast. We are evolving, Professor Ramesh Chand and our VC are evolving alternative mechanisms for MSPs. Dr. Paul is pushing reforms in the pharmaceutical sector. A lot of work has been done on the model land leasing bill. We worked out the roadmap of the Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana. Dr. Professor Ramesh Chand has been working on the roadmap for doubling farmers' income. We have very strongly worked on the devolution of funds for SC/ST community. We've worked on the rejuvenation of the fertilizer sector, where we push for DBT, the national energy policy. A lot of work has been done on the national nutrition strategy, and Dr. Paul is taking the lead. A few days back, the Prime Minister had reviewed the holistic development of islands through the Island Development Authority, which is chaired by the Home Minister. We've made major recommendations on strategic disinvestment of CPSUs. We've done work on transforming India's gold market, and we've finished the appraisal of the 12th five-year plan, which is all on the net. So first and foremost, a lot of work on doubling farmers' income and agriculture, and several reports on agriculture development, doubling farmers' income, the expert committee on land leasing, the Model Agriculture Land Leasing Act, all this we've done work. Secondly, I think nutrition is the key, really, because we have 1 in 2 women who are anemic, we have a lot of stunting, we have a lot of wasting, and I think in a country which is going to have a very young population, nutrition strategy is very critical. So a lot of work has been done. Based on our recommendations, vast number of initiatives have been taken, and the cabinet approved the Poshan Abhiyan. NITI has set up a technical support unit for this Poshan Abhiyan. The vice chairman of NITI Aayog chairs the National Council on India's Nutrition. We are doing a lot of work in this area. And on competitive federalism, we've done vast number of works. We have ranked states on health. We've done both historical ranking and incremental ranking on how states are changing over time. We have recently released, the vice chairman and Mr. Gadkari recently released the Composite Water Management Index. We have worked on the aspirational district dashboard, which we constantly, every 2 months, we release release the rankings, and the last ranking was released a few days back. We are also doing the district hospital index, the school education quality index, the digital transformation index, the sustainable development goal index. All these will be released shortly. And you will get to know which states are doing well, which states are not doing well, which districts are doing well, which districts are not doing well. So this is all part of competitive federalism. We believe in data-driven federalism, so we take a lot of real-time data, we do workshops, we collaborate, we monitor, we audit, we validate. And all this, to our mind, real-time data helps in enhanced institutional efficiency. So as I said, we've done this Healthy States Progressive India Index. We've declared the health outcomes, and we've ranked on incremental change. We are soon going to do the School Education Quality Index. We've released the Composite Water Management Index. This has had huge reporting by all of you because it brings out the seriousness of how water has to be managed in India and how water is such a critical issue which covers irrigation, drinking water, all aspects of water. On programs, I want to just say that we have driven Atal Innovation Mission with a lot of passion. It has disrupted school education in a very big way. We have driven the holistic development of islands, and we've worked with states on both education and health very closely through a challenge route, and we are working on transformation of aspirational district. All these are big challenges for us. So firstly, on Atal Innovation Mission, we feel very proud about it because we have supported a lot of schools for tinkering labs. The first time in India that you have robots, 3D printers, Internet of Things for students from class 6 onwards. So instead of just following the Anglo-Saxon system of education of passing every year, students are now innovating. And our target is that by 2022, we should have 30,000 schools with tinkering labs. We've created about 3,500 innovations at school levels. We have exposed over 3 lakh students to innovation, and we've trained over 1,000 teachers, and we've provided mentors and guides to them. We've set up a vast number of incubation centers, a huge number of, and these incubation centers are driving the startup movements, and we are working on a range of new India challenges which India faces of drinking water, making water fluoride and arsenic free, how to provide seed and fertilizer to farmers on real-time basis. All these are challenges. On island development, we've done a lot of detailed work based on carrying capacity, and we are now taking the several islands of Andaman, Nicobar and Lakshadweep for bidding process soon. We are expecting over 700 crore worth of investment from private sector to flow into these islands for sustainable development, for carrying capacity work. We have worked with states, we've handheld states, through a challenge route. Uttar Pradesh, Assam, Karnataka was selected for health, MP, Odisha and Jharkhand was selected for education, and we have worked very closely with these states. As you are all aware, we have worked on transformation of aspirational districts, 117 districts now, while there were initially 115 districts, now 117. The launch was done by the Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister at Bijapur, and we are doing base level ranking, but we monitor this on a regular basis, and we keep declaring rankings of states, and we are supporting, all ministries are supporting these aspirational districts. We don't call them backward districts, we call them aspirational districts, and we are determined to change encourage the performance of these districts and make them into the best districts in these states. As I told you, we constantly announce ranking. We have all of us handhold these districts. There are Prabhari officers who closely work with them. And in the field of cooperative federalism, we have worked very closely to have subgroups of chief ministers on centrally sponsored scheme, on skill development, on Swachh Bharat, on promotion of digital payments, and we constantly do consultation with chief secretaries and finance secretaries of all states. So the fourth meeting of the Governing Council, which is the highest authority in the country of all chief ministers, was held recently. It was attended by 23 chief ministers, lieutenant governors, and it discussed all the concerns of the states with regards to several issues. A subgroup of chief ministers has been constituted on how to use, with special thrust on pre-sowing and post-harvest interventions using Manrega for creating durable assets that double incomes. The subgroup has been constituted with the Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, and our member, Professor Ramesh Chand, is also a member of this committee. We have provided development support services to states. This is a very unique thing which we do, very different from what earlier Planning Commission used to do. We handhold these states and take their projects to the final implementation stage. So we've worked with Haryana on integrated micro-irrigation. We worked with Uttarakhand on Roorkee solid waste management. We supported and handled them on a whole range of projects, including Guwahati Biotech Project, E-Governance Academy in Nagaland, Bhubaneswar Smart Multi-Utility Project, several projects. And as you are all aware, we are the nodal agency for monitoring implementation of SDGs. We map SDGs with measurable indicators. We have taken out KPIs, and we constantly monitor the progress of sustainable development goals across states. One of the key things we've done is to build up a very strong monitoring system through dashboards, and I would invite all of you to come to NITI Aayog to see what we have done in the monitoring and evaluation wing and how we do this monitoring on a regular basis, and we report to PMO regularly on this, how schemes are performing across board. So we have an output-outcome framework for monitoring. We follow a very rigorous exercise to bring qualitative improvement in the outcomes of different departments. We do very strategic outcomes verification process through a tool, which is our where we have the intellectual property right for this tool. This is an analytical tool to identify outputs and outcome for all central sector schemes. We share best practices. We have now a knowledge portal being developed for sharing best practices among states. We had published a compendium of best practices from states, which was released earlier. We've introduced NITI lecture series. A whole range of very distinguished people have given lectures at NITI. We have an India-China dialogue, which is headed by the Honorable Vice Chairman. The third dialogue between the NITI Aayog and the Development Research Council of China was held recently. And we had the fifth strategic economic dialogue held in April 2018 to discuss trade and economic issues. This is a very major initiative of NITI Aayog, which is being driven on our relationship with China on trade and economy. And on global, we had held the Global Entrepreneurship Summit, where over 2,000 entrepreneurs and investors had participated in Hyderabad. We have a women entrepreneurship platform, which enables collaboration amongst all partners and industry professionals, which acts as a point of dissemination of information about all existing government schemes to women. And this is all digitally driven, actually, this women entrepreneurship platform, and it's a very unique platform which we are driving. We are driven the champions of change, transforming India through partnership with startups and young entrepreneurs, in which the Honorable Prime Minister had participated. We had focused on strengthening arbitration and legal reforms through a vast range of measures. And we have Samavesh, where we partner with knowledge and research institutes to drive knowledge sharing and focus on a vast range of new areas of growth. We also have worked on frontier technologies and governance. We have done several pilot projects on artificial intelligence and blockchain, on land records, on electronic health records, judicial logjam, agriculture productivity, and actually on all cutting-edge technology areas. NITI is the key driver of bringing in new technologies and driving India's progress in these areas. So we've cut across all new areas to use. In fact, in aspirational district, we are using artificial intelligence, using ISRO data, and working with several startups startups to see how productivity can be driven by using data on a real-time basis. We have published the Artificial Intelligence Strategy paper, which has been very widely welcomed by leading intellectuals working in these fields, and it explores various themes and areas where artificial intelligence would be utilized in India.